Hey guys, day 10. So last night I woke up in the same place that I parked in my last video in the day 9, and that was Jackson Hole. But what's more interesting is the sound that I had to wake up to. I heard this sort of like a mechanical clicking underneath the bed, and I've heard this sound before. It's when my inverter is getting really hungry for juice and the batteries are getting too low. It was nearing about 9 a.m. and then I realized I looked out the window and I'm in the shade right now, so my panels aren't getting any sun. So I drove right across the street to the parking lot that doesn't allow overnight stays. And then here I was able to get some direct sun. They also had a bathroom here, so I was able to drop off my little pee-pee jugs responsibly. I always think you should do that. Don't act like a dirty trucker and just dump it on the side of the road. We've all smelt that nastiness. And then when I was in here, I made sure that I used the toilet in the correct way. I can't believe I've been doing it wrong this entire time. With my hair combed and my teeth brushed, it was time to do a quick walk around town. I stopped back at that clothing store that I purchased my hat at, and they have a Starbucks that's connected right to it. So I got a venti-sized cup of sugar and caffeine, and then I used a little bit of their Wi-Fi. I thought I'd go out and get a bite to eat, so I stopped at this like little grocery store, but I was shocked at some of these prices, man. Jackson Hole is expensive. So I guess I'd have to leave Jackson Hole hungry and just taking a few of the sights before I left. But before I left, I wanted to use the parking lot to work on my van to see if I could find out where that parasitic 12-volt drain is. So what I did is I disconnected those two 12-volt lead wires and then I put wire nuts on them. And then it was time to get back on the road. But first I gotta say, I'm so glad that I got this Verizon wireless mobile hotspot. It's helped me out when I don't have T-Mobile connectivity. It just kind of fills in the gaps. $20 a month and I got 1 gig. I might need more later, we'll see. So yeah, it was a really nice scenic drive, like you would expect, up through the Teton National Forest. Here's a shot of the bed on wheels with the Tetons in the background. As I was driving, I saw this area where all these it looked like pro photographers pulled off to the side of the road, and they had their I would call it like assault style camera gear. So I knew there must be something worth looking at, so I pulled over. And from what I heard, there was a downed elk, and the grizzly bears were feeding on it, and they were also fighting off some wolves. And then some of the crows got in there and got some of the scraps that were left over. Pretty awesome to see some grizzly bears just arriving to the park. And then after they had left, I drove around to another road, and I thought they might be going in that direction. So I decided, let me make a can of soup over here. And I actually used 2 cans of soup, that same Amy's soup that was $5 at the grocery store in Jackson Hole. So this is essentially a $10 lunch. And then over $10 because I had bacon Ritz crackers. And then it's back on the road to Yellowstone. Most of the services are closed for the season, but I was lucky that, they still provide gas, and they're not doing any highway robbery here. It's still like the national average for gas, which was cool. Maybe a little more, but definitely a lot cheaper than the Bay Area. Then I also use this as a chance to refill my onboard water tanks. And then I'm back on the road, and I can't believe it, I finally arrived to Yellowstone. This has been my major destination for this whole trip. And there's a lot of sights to see, lots of pullouts with these majestic views that nature has to offer. I stopped at one of the very few ranger stations that were open and got a lot of great info on some of the must-see attractions. And then here I refilled my drinking water. I have 3 gallons of onboard drinking water. I also upgraded my $50 1-week pass to Yellowstone and upgraded to the 1-year national parks all across the US for $80. So I upgraded to that pass. And then I stopped at some other sites. And I thought this was interesting. I see another car camper here, and it feels like you gotta do that this time of year because all the campgrounds are closed pretty much. And it's more than an hour drive, sometimes in the dark, between these places. And I don't like to drive at night. It's kind of scary out here with all the animals that might run into the road. And then I finally arrived at the famous Old Faithful, just as it was about to blow. It's funny because I hear it goes off every 90 minutes, and I just so happened to arrive at the perfect time. And you can see there's a lot of people that were spectating this and waiting. I got pretty lucky there. I see this guy, he walks off the path and drinks some of the water. He's like, just wanted to get a taste of Old Faithful. A little warm. And then I walked on some of these wooden paths, and there's a few more interesting hot spring-like formations that you can see. And then it was nearing sunset, so I tried to get a time lapse of Old Faithful with the sun in the background, but I don't think it worked out too well. I did get this one though. I think this one turned out a little bit nicer. What do you guys think? These sunsets look really nice when you get some clouds in there. Alright guys, it got a little bit dark after this one, so I ended up camping for the night. I am staying in the workers area where the dorms are here in one of their parking lots. I also read online on Reddit that other people have done this for up to a year, like the workers that work here, and they haven't had any problems. So it was cool to see my choice validated again. So if you guys like my video, I put a lot of time into them. All I ask is that you share this video on one of your public feeds. So thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you tomorrow or in the next video. Bye-bye.